You cracked the top 6. I think at that point in the competition, you had a couple of your strongest weeks and a couple of your weakest weeks. Let's talk about 2 weeks that were, I think, a little less successful, Shania Week and Kiss from a Rose. How would you defend those performances, or did you feel like they weren't as strong for you? You were getting feedback about staying in tune and not shaking it up enough. And, well, no, I do want to get you started. That's our goal, so get started.
Well, you know what? I'm not one of those singers that's going to get up there and give you a opera performance every time. I get very into my song. I get very into it, and I like to rock out up there. I was doing Shania Twain, you know, and I did what I could with it. The pitchy thing, you know, I heard that like, yeah, it was a little pitchy, and I was just like, all right, you know, I just ignored it because truthfully, you know, whether I was or I wasn't at times, I mean, I know I had bad performances, I know I had good performances, but I'm not about going up there on stage and just giving you this, you know, that was perfect all the way through. I just get into the song, and sometimes I lose myself in the song, and that's why, you know, I sometimes can understand where they're coming from. Mm-hmm. But like, I thought Kiss from a Rose was awesome. Like, I watched it back and everything. I mean, I was listening. I was like, okay, well, if it's out of tune, I mean, it sounded fine to me. But then again, you know, they're the judges, and so for me, it was more like I didn't want to ruin the song. I didn't want to step all over and make it, you know, something else. Because Seal's awesome. Baby, I'm not comparing you to a kiss from a rose. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. And I do think a lot of the people watching, you know, the judges have a big impact on that. The minute one of them says, you know, it was a little out of tune, or something, then instantly it's, oh, it was out of tune. You know, that's just how it works. And the judges know that. So it's hard to not let that kind of stuff get you sometimes. Mm-hmm. But really for me, it was like if I got through the week, it was clean slate, new week.
Also have to discuss That's Life. That was a tough week. It seemed like people struggled with Big Band Week, and you kind of came out on top that week.
Yeah.
Was it weird having someone else arrange your performance for you?
No. It was awesome, actually. Okay. I mean, who better to arrange a Big Band Week than Harry Connick? If someone's going to do it, I'd rather be him than me. You know, he knows better. When I got the arrangement, I was like, okay, it's a little less big than I would have it. It wasn't as hard as I would have it necessarily. And so when I started singing it, I really got into it, and I got a feel for the song, and he heard it, and he's like, dude, that's great, man. And he gave me a couple tips on phrasing and things like that.
I don't know if this word will make any sense, but to me it almost had like a boozy sort of,
yeah,
this kind of vibe to it.
I like that because I think that's really what that style's about. That's why I wanted to start off sitting next to him. You know, it was just kind of a cool moment for me and him, and then to get up and just sing this song, it was cool. 'Cause this final world keeps spinning around.
I thought your big moment on Top 3 night was Simple Man.
Dude, you telling me, I loved playing Simple Man. I loved playing that song, and Hallelujah. This is the Hallelujah week, right? Yeah, that was a big moment for me, but
The Simple Man to me just seemed very much you. I don't know if I would have expected Leonard Skinner from you based on everything you'd sung previously in the season, so I was a little surprised.
Yeah.
It really worked.
All that I want from you, my son, is to be satisfied and be a simple kind of man.
It's a song I wanted to do way earlier in the season when it was the first couple weeks, and I didn't do it. You know, I was given the opportunity again to pick a song, so that was the first one I wanted to do because I love singing that song. And I love every word of that song really speaks true to me and who I am, so that's why I did that one. And then Simon picked Hallelujah. Hi Lee, it's Simon. For the judge's choice, I've chosen Hallelujah. I was like, didn't Tim do this? And I was like, okay. All right, Hallelujah it is.
How long did it take you to embrace that? Was it seconds,
a second,
minutes?
Because there's no discussion.
Simon Cowell has sent you a text message. You're not really going to text
and I was
back and be
expecting
like,
something, I'll be honest, I was expecting something harder. I was expecting something maybe like a little more current.
Did he come in and work with you? I know last year during Judges' Choice Round, the judges
had
an opportunity to
in
come in. Did he actually meet with you, or did he just send word like, let's get a little of this or that?
Well, it was a little bit of both. You know, we got to see him briefly. It's a quick moment, but you know, again, we were really kind of given free reign again. You know, you're doing Hallelujah, so do it. I didn't want to go up there and do the whole, you know, Leonard Cohen thing and just have it be
sparse and
which is great, but I mean, it's been done a million times.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of sparse, simple. We've seen it from Jason Castro, and we saw it from Tim.
I guess my thing was to keep it true to the original, but give it that, you know, the little bit of edge to it, and make it a little harder on the choruses, and just kind of drive the chorus home.
Hallelujah.